welcome to a very special edition of the AON RunDown here on ABC 23. We're going to take a look at all the championships here in All or Nothing Professional Wrestling, and we're going to start with the newest title, the Television Championship.
When AON began, the 814 Championship was created, and the first champion was Psycho Fusion. His reign was somewhat short, and Shane Malice defeated him to capture the title. However, Psycho destroyed all of that footage, so we can't share that with you. Sorry.
When Shane held the 814 Championship, he set the record for the longest championship reign of any title in AON history. 217 days in 2009 were ruled by the Kamikaze Kid. Not only that, but on several occasions he defended the championship multiple times in a single night.
Twice at Back to the Roots against newcomer GQ Maserati and Sherrod Hall. Again, at Enough Said, defeating Bam Bam Hassel and his older brother, Eric. At Destroying Competition, a time limit draw and a rematch against Bam would result in the belt staying with Malice. Eric Hassel received another shot at Second Sunday Slaughter, but came up short again. Next in line was another new face in AON, the United Kingdom's Colin Blair, but once again Malice reigned supreme and held on to the title a little longer. At War for Territory 2, it all came to an end. Zach Rain and Malice brought a rivalry to an end, when Rain pinned Malice to become the third 814 champion.
Rain's championship was short-lived, lasting only 2 months. He took on Colin Blair, and then the ringmaster at Never Be Broken, and a gorilla clutch was enough to make Zach submit and crown a new 814 champion in Randall, the Ringmaster Fairway.
Randall Fairway had a run with the 814 Championship that rivaled Malice's very closely, lasting only 1 day less. Among the list of challengers that he ran through were primarily a list of people who were former champions themselves in AON. Including former tag team champion Classic Eric Hassel, GQ Maserati, and Black Lightning, who both held the Western Pennsylvania Championship. Former 814 champ Shane Malice, as well as C4 and Justin Starr.
Eventually, at Rough, Raw, and Rugged, with an unexpected appearance by a mysterious masked man, Randall's guard was dropped, and C4 took the opportunity to rule Fairway up for a pin, becoming the next 814 champion.
C4, after besting Sherrod Hall and James Ford at the next two events, lost the title to his good friend Justin Starr in a triple threat match that also involved Colin Blair at War for Territory 3.
Starr made only one successful defense against NJ Syndicate before being robbed of the title of 814 champion by Project 13. When Kes Edison, as special guest referee, revealed himself to be one of the minds behind the project.
Randall Fairway, after defeating Starr, became the final AON star to hold the 814 championship. At Auto Massacre, he defeated Bam Bam for the AON Pennsylvania Heavyweight Championship. And rather than carry both belts, he tried to hand the title over to one of his partners in Project 13. Well, the broker would not let this happen, and replaced the 814 championship with a new television championship title.
The inaugural television title match saw Shane Malice face off against Black Lightning. Lightning came away with a win after hitting Malice with his own finisher, the Destroyer, and Lightning holds the television title to this day. But just a word of warning, start counting your days closely, Black Lightning, because the next time you step in the ring with Justin Starr, you might just be kissing that belt goodbye.
If you like the action you see on the AON RunDown, then don't miss the hottest show in town. All or Nothing Professional Wrestling Live.
Coming February 26th at the Blair County Convention Center in Altoona. It's an event like nothing you've seen before. Complete devastation mixed martial arts fighting. Fighters from all over the country, including the best fighters from our area, battle in the cage. Come witness the action with 4 titles on the line. Tickets available at all Snap Fitness locations, Go Time Sports Performance Center in Duncansville, and online at CompleteDevastationMMA.com. On February 26th at the Blair County Convention Center, you will witness complete devastation. Our Tag Team Championship history starts at Back to the Roots with a match to crown the first champions between the Red River Rebels and Team Salucha. Salucha went into this match as the obvious underdogs, but had the total support of the crowd. They gave it their best, but were unable to contend with the raw power of the Rebels. And after a dirt nap put Bam down for the pinfall, the Rebels were crowned the first tag team champions of AON.
Had enough said, the founding members of the Dark Day Saints, Ryan Fear and Pitt, will be the first to challenge the Rebels for their titles. After a hard-fought match, the Saints would suffer the same fate as all the teams who came before them. A modified Kentucky kill kick on Pitt would bring this to an end.
Destroying competition would showcase the next title defense by the Rebels. Original Florida Thug came out to the ring alone, surprisingly, and the Rebels thought they would have an easy night ahead of them. However, Sherrod Hall, then of the 3-Ring Circus, came out to stand as Thug's partner. The unlikely duo put up one heck of a fight, but the Rebels managed to put out yet another win. This time, it was an H1N1 Swanton bomb on Thug that finished things off and sent the Rebels home as champions.
It was around this time that the Rebels' cousin from Kentucky, Otis P. Hellenbach, came onto the scene to give his cousins guidance and turn them loose, so to speak, on the AON in a way not yet seen.
At AON's first Pledge Allegiance event, the Rebels were set to defend the titles against the team who they had been embroiled in a bitter rivalry since Thunder Cup 2009, Israel St. Patrick, and C4, the Flood City Militia. When the time for the match came, ISP no-showed and left C4 to fend for himself, later revealing he was dumping the FCM to become the newest member of the Brokers Empire. Now, if there's anyone at AON who can stand a chance at even surviving a handicap match against the Rebels, it's definitely C4. However, a Widowmaker from James Ford on the big man sealed the deal, and the Rebels retained yet again.
War for Territory 2 was the stage for a match between Thugs Unlimited and a brand new team of Simply Cool Sherrod Hall and Classic Eric Hassel, better known as Classic Cool. Classic Cool hit the ring like a ball of fire, and the Thugs' frustration quickly got the best of them, and they were disqualified after attacking their opponents with steel chairs. The Broker, who obviously had it out for this new duo, came out to soil Classic Cool's victory.
The Rebels proceeded to demolish their challengers until a miscalculation on the part of McGraw sent Ford to the floor unconscious. A super PTS followed by a Sherrod Hall black flip put the Mastodon McGraw down for the most electric 3 count in AON history. After 217 days, the Red River Rebels were knocked off the top of the mountain, and Classic Cool became the new AON Tag Team Champions.
Classic Cool's first defense came at Come Correct in Nicktown, as they were challenged by the Dark Day Saints, Ryan Fear and Adam Gnostic. At the time, statistically, the Saints were strong, but functionally, they were having trouble staying on the same page. Gnostic left Fear alone mid-match, and Classic Cool took no mercy on the Nightmare, picking up another win with a PTS Black Flip combo.
Then came the inevitable rematch with the Rebels at the final event of 2009, Never Be Broken. In this epic matchup, Tornado Tag rules kept the action flowing non-stop. And with all 4 men on the outside of the ring being counted out, Classic Cool narrowly escaped with a win as they slid into the ring at the last minute to defeat the Rebels a second consecutive time. However, the Broker once again got involved in their business and contested the official ruling of the match. A few weeks later, he would issue a statement stripping the titles from Eric and Sherrod, citing controversy as his reason.
It then became apparent that the new minority owner of AON would have to get involved and promised a big match to crown undisputed champions at the first event of 2010. Eric was more concerned with revenge on his brother Jeremy and the Empire, so Classic Cool would not be involved in the match. GQ Maserati stepped up instead and requested a match for him and a mystery partner against the Rebels. Kess obliged, and that partner was shockingly none other than Shane Malice. These 2 former enemies took it to the Rebels and would come away as the winners when Shane got the fall on Jimmy Ford with 2 straight count yo teeth super kicks.
The new champs started calling themselves the Wild Stallions, with 2 Ys, and a fun-loving side came out of Malice that we never knew existed. The first half of 2010 would be dominated by the Stallions, as they defeated some of the top teams in AON over the next few months. The Stallions made fairly quick work of the on-again, off-again Dark Day Saints, and for whom the bell tolls.
The Empire's Jeremy Hassel and NJ Syndicate challenged at Rise of the Underdog and failed. The Cool Crowd were next in line for a shot at Beg for Life. And what resulted was one of the most exciting matches in all of AON. However, the Stallions outsmarted the challengers and held on to their titles.
They were then challenged by 814 champion Randall Fairway and Pennsylvania heavyweight champion Israel St. Patrick. But the tag champions managed to once again come away victorious as ISP's actions earlier in the night came back to haunt him.
Then at Truth Hurts, the Stallions quickly toppled their opponents, Thugs Unlimited, only to find out that the broker was forcing them to defend a second time against the Red River Rebels. In a matter of seconds, the Rebels crushed Malice and TQ, and Ford and McGraw became the first and only men to date to be two-time AON Tag Team Champions.
Even more dominant than their first championship reign, the Rebels became the winningest tag champs in their second tour, running through all the top competition. First, their initial victory over the Stallions. Then Bam Bam and Coma Clayton at Thunder. Psychotic Assassins at Rough Raw and Rugged. Even the Broker and NJ Syndicate at Against the Grain. A rematch at War for Territory, which barely seems to count as a match. No Child Left Behind in Altoona at Aftermath. And the Hassel Brothers at The Other Level, our debut in Clearfield, PA.
Finally, at Pledge Allegiance 2, C4 would pull a 180 from the year before, reforming the Ghost Army with Coma Clayton, two of the original Flood City Militia members, and they explosively ended the second run of the Rebels to become the new champions.
The Ghost Army fought through some odds stacked heavily against them. 2 matches each with both the Rebels and then with the Cartel. And if better left unsaid, they almost pulled out the win, though everything was working entirely against them. And with the Cartel's own personal referee calling the shots, in the end, the titles were blatantly stolen away from the Ghost Army.
The Cartel's reign, or lack thereof, would righteously be ended abruptly, as they were the first team eliminated in a 4 corners match in Johnstown, just 1 month later. And when all the dust settled, the Ghost Army and Project 13 were also outlasted by Ryan Fear and the Man-Child, the Psychotic Assassins, who are now the current champions. Yes, Ryan Fear finally claimed Tag Team Gold after failing with partners Pitt, Adam Gnostic, and Psycho Fusion on 4 separate occasions. And wouldn't it be fitting that he won the championship from a former partner of his own? And that, my friends, is the entire history of the AON Tag Team Championship.
Snap Fitness is the affordable neighborhood club that's close to home, so you can get fit wherever you want. It's always open, so you can get fit whenever you want. And it's got a comfortable, friendly atmosphere, so you can get fit however you want. Really, Snap Fitness, a good fit.
Have you ever dreamed of stepping into the ring? Well, now is your chance. All or Nothing Professional Wrestling now offers training to be a pro wrestler, manager, or referee. Achieve your dream. You will learn under our highly trained instructors, including WWE Hall of Famer Nikolai Volkov. To sign up or for more information, visit www.aonwrestling.com or call 942-1122. That's 942-1122.
This is Nikolai Volkov, Hall of Famer. If you would like to become a professional wrestler, AONWrestling.com.
The AON Western PA Championship was originally to be awarded to the winner of the 2008 Thunder Cup. But when Shane Malice and Israel St. Patrick scored simultaneous pinfalls, it was decided that they would battle in the main event of War for Territory to determine the winner and crown a champion. Black Lightning, on a quest to prove himself, got involved in the match, attacking both men while the referee was out cold. After that, ISP managed to come out on top and declared that he was the best in the world, and it was hard to argue.
ISP put the belt on the line twice at No Retreat. First against Pitt, then in a triple threat TLC match against Malice and Lightning, as well as Sherrod Hall at Mayhem for the Masses.
But at Back to the Roots, it was finally time for Lightning to get a one-on-one match with ISP. And with Carlton Hasselrig as the special guest referee, and both men going all in, Lightning scored a sunset flip roll-up pin on ISP and won his first AON Gold.
The first man to put out a challenge to the new champ was a fresh comer to the AON, the poster boy GQ Maserati. The match these two had was an instant classic, but Lightning remained the top dog in the end.
Maserati would be heard from again, though at Destroying Competition, a triple threat match was made between the Ringmaster, Black Lightning, and GQ, in which we saw GQ pin the Ringmaster with his GQsion suplex and putting the belt around his waist.
The honorable man that he is, Maserati gave Lightning a fair rematch at Thunder Cup 2009. And Lightning recaptured the gold in front of one of the biggest AON crowds in history. Lightning's second reign as champion lasted only long enough for him to defeat Psycho Fusion and James Ford as the champion. Just over 2 months, in fact.
Then ISP devilishly came up with a plan to regain his championship with the help of the Broker. A battle royal was scheduled for Pledge Allegiance, an event during which Black Lightning was serving a suspension. With the champ out of the picture, ISP made a late entry in the match, eliminating only C4 and becoming a 2-time champion himself.
He then began an unprecedented championship journey. He held on to the title for what seemed like an eternity, defeating the all-natural one at War for Territory 2 and a ladder match after shocking C4 in the chest with a stun gun. He got disqualified in Nicktown while defending the title at Come Correct by attacking the referee, thus retaining the title. Never be broken. Ryan Fear did all the work for ISP, and the champ took advantage to regain again.
The Western PA Championship was nullified at Necessary Hatred, as Cass Edison introduced the new AON Pennsylvania Heavyweight Championship, which would be contested in the scheduled main event between ISP and Bam Bam Hassel. Even with Zach Rain as special guest referee, ISP's dirty tactics still slipped by, and he became the first man to carry that title as well.
The domination continued at For Whom the Bell Tolls as he defeated C4 in a lumberjack match with some help from the inside by the hand of then referee Connor Lee Denny.
It seemed like it was over at Rise of the Underdogs when ISP was locked in a sharpshooter by Bam Bam Hassel and tapped out violently. However, the broker interjected, breaking the bad news to Bam that he had just won an unsanctioned match thanks to the fact that ISP and he made the match an impromptu hardcore bout.
The list of stars who fell at the hands of ISP continued to grow. Eric Hassel, Justin Stark, Shane Mouse for a second time, GQ Maserati, Psycho Fusion.
Between the two titles he held consecutively, 287 days passed with ISP as the top dog of AON. And then, at Thunder Cup 2010, the day finally came that everyone had been waiting for. A TLC match between ISP and Bam Bam undeniably took each of them to their limits, and eventually it was Bam who emerged victorious after a delirium trigger and a 1, 2, 3.
In similar fashion to the man who preceded him, Bam successfully defended his championship against a who's who list of AON superstars, including Shane Malice, Ryan Fear, Black Lightning, in front of a record-setting AON crowd at War for Territory 3, ISP, Shane Malice, and C4 in a fatal four-way in Clearfield, Lightning and Sherrod Hall at Pledge Allegiance 2, Sherrod at Pound for Pound, even though Sherrod was awarded the win by disqualification when the entire Project 13 assaulted both competitors of the match.
And then came Autumn Massacre, where Bam was forced to take on two random challengers who turned out to be not so random, but actually handpicked by Cass. And only by defeating them would he earn a chance to get a match with his former partner Zach Rain, while Bam managed to do the impossible, making Marcus Cage tap out to the sharpshooter and getting an upset pin on the man-child. Then came Project 13, sans Zach Rain, who Cass claimed was not in the building. He named Randall Fairway as the replacement for Rain and put Bam's title on the line. Bam seemed seconds away from making Fairway tap too, but out of nowhere, Zach Rain appeared and drilled Bam with the Enziguri. That would end his time as champion. Randall Fairway became the third man to hold the AON Pennsylvania Championship on October 30th, 2010, and remains the champion.
If you like the action you see on the AON RunDown, then don't miss the hottest show in town, All or Nothing Professional Wrestling Live. All or Nothing Wrestling would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for their continued support.
Promotions.
Did you ever run an event that just didn't go well? How about some marketing campaign that sounded great on paper but fizzled? What if I told you there was a company that could actually make your business dreams come true? GoTime Promotions can do anything your business could possibly need in the way of advertising. GoTime can set up mass media marketing campaigns, radio, TV, print, as well as organize small and large scale events. So if you're thinking, hey, I wonder if they can do stuff for me, yes we can.
That wraps up today's look at all the championships we have here in All or Nothing Professional Wrestling. What a history. Join us next week for part 1 of the AON Awards, all the nominees and all that good stuff. It's going to be a hot, exciting show. Amen for AON.